Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Thursday, July 15th, 2021. Welcome one and all. We're back. It's your boy Crypto Jack coming to you live for another exciting installment in your favorite 2 hours in crypto podcasting and all things technical analysis. We are back. We're back for another day. The week is starting to wind down. It's Thursday, and go figure, markets are winding down with it. Man, we are on the edge of a precipice, are we not? Bitcoin drooping like crazy right now. Will we in fact see the great big washout live on the show today, potentially? Or are we going to pump and recover from this spot right here? I don't know. Is this the low?
No.
Yeah, something tells me we're going down. Yeah, we might very well be visiting, well, at the very least, 30K. But at this rate, something tells me $25,000 Bitcoin is in the cards. We'll see how all this plays out. In the meantime, we're, as always, joined by two of Kraken Crypto's lead analysts. We've got Alex with us this afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. And Jason. Jason's with us as well.
I am doing very well.
Good.
Excited to see where this goes. Glad to be in the positions I'm in, just kind of sitting back and watching it happen.
Yeah, me too. Bitcoin, yeah.
She's tumbling now.
We're tumbling. We are definitely tumbling. All right, guys, you know how this next 2 hours is going to unfold. We are going to go everywhere from this intro, where we're going to get into the news. We're going to take a quick look at some of the price action. We'll, of course, shout out our audience in the live chat. Then we're going to get into the latter half of the first hour, where we're going to feature, of course, a look do a bit of a market scan. TA brought to you by Alex as always. Before we get into the second half of the show, where of course we take a look at your questions, your chart requests, and so forth. Finally, about an hour and 45 minutes into the show, we're gonna open up that D-Live chest. More D-Live lemons coming your way. Alright, let's get right into it because indeed the markets are drooping. We're currently at 31,235. Today's candle looking
Congratulations, everyone who was in sushi. We finally hit TP1.
Alright, TP1 just hit on sushi. One of the group trades posted to
Yay.
the Premium Signals group. Another take profit. It's a little bittersweet. It's good to take profits on the way down, but it does hurt to see the market just tumble and tumble. In this case,
disagree.
This case, Bitcoin. Yes. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the hourly really quick, and so you can see how the sell-off has unfolded. Yep. Good 12 hours or more of red candles. Down and down we go. Alright, currently hanging here. Not much more to say. I will leave further analysis to our analysts. But here is where we hang right now. Let's get a look at Ethereum. Take profit short on Minx being printed right now. Interesting. Ethereum in a slightly different position than Bitcoin. I don't know, but today's seems to be falling through with Bitcoin on its dump today. Going to be a full close. If it closes anything like this below the baseline, get your shorts on. But might be a little late.
Weather.
But it certainly looks like things are poised to break down. Let's get into Ethereum and Bitcoin. How is Ethereum and Bitcoin faring during this volatility right now? The sell-off. Well, it's mostly sideways. If anything, Ethereum has jumped just a touch against Bitcoin in the last 48 hours. Not much more to mention here, though. Looks otherwise bearish. Here's a look at EOS. Still hanging out above the baseline. Preparing to break down like everything else, maybe. XRP, yep. Also having a bit of a down day today. Let's see here. Yeah, almost 5%, much like Bitcoin. Seems like everything is trending in much the same direction. Here is a breakdown on DOT. Wow, DOT currently 1287. Oof. Getting absolutely wrecked on DOT. Yep, here we are. Yeah, this is hitting new lows. This is dry. This is closing below the wicks we've had down to these lows prior. Man, we're heading right down.
Everyone's feeling solid in their Doge investment.
Yeah, $8 DOT. Here we come, followed by potentially $5. Here's a look at Kusama. What is Kusama up to today? All right, that's currently hanging a little better than DOT. Here's a quick look at Cardano. Yes, Cardano looking like on the verge of collapse, just like much of the majors right now. Currently at $1.21. Yeah, this could be a full-on short signal. Of course, assuming we're not already in one. Very briefly now, here's a look at Doge. Is Doge also about to go visit some new lows? At the very least, looks like we're going to be tapping 15 cents. After that, well, gentlemen, strap in, get ready for that 7-cent Doge we've been talking about. Well, this in fact happened today amidst the fury of selling. Here's a quick look at gold, still ticking up, and the Dixie trending up and down in this spot, kind of sideways. Another stab at resistance for Dixie. I will let Alex, of course, expand on that. A little look at the Crypto.com token I've been following since the big UFC debut. Currently following the market move as well. Still hanging around the baseline though. Man, everything looking droopy. Alright, there's a quick review of the price action. Checking in with Bitcoin again. 31,280. Where does Bitcoin head next? Alright. Let's get into the bubbles real quick. Let's see how the alt space looks today. Oof. Well, about what you'd expect. Droopy. We have, well, single-digit losers across the board. Although we got a couple of big ones too. Telcoin down nearly 12%, and Titan down 17%. Nice round 17%. A couple outlier gainers today as well. Axie Infinity had some profit taken on it yesterday. Well, here it is back in the green on the bubbles, up 13%. Also got the likes of HBAR, Stacks, something new. What's this Clout coin? BitClout. Huh.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's cool.
The Clout.
I like the name Clout. I'll look into that. Flow is up a few points, and so is Chili's. Just a couple points in gains, though, of course, nothing major. There are a couple non-bubbles coins here, like the likes of CHR, that's up 25% today. Something known as Bosons, up 20%. That BLZ, Blue Zels. I feel like BLZ comes across our request line from time to time. I don't know who in the audience is into BLZ, but it's also up 14% today. Rounding out some of the other tokens, not on bubbles, but otherwise things are a bit ugly today. All right, there is a very brief look at the bubbles. Let's go ahead and get into, I guess let's get into the news. Well, let's do it. Don't have too many items for you guys today. In fact, actually, maybe before I get into the news, I will quickly, and if I kind of forgot to brush this on in the intro here. Yesterday, of course, was Wednesday. The community mentorship session. How did that go? Had a good discussion. Have we made any determinations for the next book club book? Anything? Am I?
No. Sorry, I'm just a little surprised at the question. No. To be fair, none of our students have really read enough trading books to really know what to suggest. So I know that people have expressed interest in some, Alex G in particular, had expressed interest in risk management stuff. I still need to talk with Ben about having a channel mate so that we can discuss it amongst ourselves. But
right.
No, we have not reached a decision in less than 24 hours. Is my answer.
No worries. Otherwise, we had a good mentorship session yesterday, as always. Fielded a few of the members' questions and all that as usual, so thank you.
Basically, we're pretty close to completing Insider Buy Super Stocks finally.
Yep.
I also finally we're so happy to see it done. But it's been a long process doing it. 50 minutes at a time. Once a week, once every other week.
Yep. All right. Well, once again, thanks to Alex for hosting, and thank you to the premium members who did, in fact, come through for yesterday's mentorship session. All right. Now, with that out of the way, let us continue. Let's go take a look at what's trending today. Not a very busy news day, but I do still have a few stories for you guys today. All right. Got a couple related to, of course, the Fed Chairman, Jerome Powell. Couple of comments that are being highlighted in a few different articles. In this case, this one relates to Jerome Powell's comments of, quote, completely failing. That's, of course, cryptocurrency in becoming a payment mechanism. Indeed, we haven't seen wide adoption for cryptocurrency-based payments. The legacy system seems to work just fine until, of course, excuse me, there we go. My apologies, guys. Let's take a look at Jerome Powell's comments during his ongoing testimony before the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said that crypto had failed to become a means of payment. Quote, "Let me say this. With cryptocurrencies, it's not that they didn't aspire to be a payment mechanism. It's that they completely failed to become one, except for people who desire anonymity, of course, for whatever reason." He adds that stablecoins are growing incredibly fast without appropriate regulation, etc., etc. He also mentioned that Bitcoin's volatility was a sign of market froth. Quote, "Financial conditions are highly accommodative. People are getting things financed. SPACs and things like that are getting done. We see Bitcoin going up in value and down in value. At times it felt like somewhat frothy market. You do have to worry about that." Yes, I'm certain most of us do here. given the current droopiness in the markets. All right, let's go right into the next piece because it also relates to more of Jerome Powell's comments during yesterday's committee hearing. Let's see here. So here's one that raised some eyebrows. Fed chair says, quote, "You wouldn't need crypto if you had that digital U.S. currency." If it wasn't for the digital greenback, I wouldn't even be playing with crypto. How about that? Let's see here. Jerome Powell believes that there's no need for crypto if there's going to be a digital dollar. Quote, "I think there's one, that's one of the strong arguments in its favor." The Fed chair also insists that the U.S. is not in danger of losing its reserve currency status. All right, he talked about crypto, of course, during this committee hearing, and the digital dollar. During the hearing, one representative from Massachusetts asked if swift action on the Fed's digital currency would calm markets and whether a digital dollar would be a more viable alternative than having thousands of cryptocurrencies or stablecoins emerge in the payment system. Quote, "I think that may be the case," says Jerome Powell. "I think that's one of the arguments that are offered in favor of digital currency." Elaborating, in particular, you wouldn't need stablecoins. You wouldn't need crypto if you had digital U.S. currency. I think that's one of the strongest arguments in its favor. All right. Well, apparently, Jerome Powell thinks U.S. CBDC would cover all bases. You wouldn't need Ethereum. You wouldn't need your Binance Smart Chains. You wouldn't need your EOSs or any of the other aspiring decentralized networks of the world. The US dollar apparently could do it all. Hard cap? What's a hard cap? We don't need hard caps. This is dollars we're talking about. Responding to a different question, Powell noted that stable coins are a lot like the money market funds or bank deposits, but without the regulation. He opined, quote, "We have a tradition in this country where the public's money is held in what's supposed to be a very safe asset. We have a pretty strong regulatory framework around bank deposits, for example, or money market funds. This doesn't really exist for stable coins." Representative Lynch also raised concerns about the slowness of digital dollar development, citing that many central banks worldwide are progressing faster than the U.S. in this area. Powell replied, "I think this is the beginning of an accelerating decision process. We have a lot of work left to do on the technical side and on the policy side, but a critical part of it's just public consultation," he emphasized. "I'm really concerned about getting this right. I think it's way more important to get it right than it is to get it fast." He also addressed Lynch's concern about the U.S. losing its reserve status, saying, on reserve currency, the U.S. is the reserve currency, insisting that there really isn't a good competitor out there. All the things you need to be reserve currency, the U.S. has it. We are not in danger of losing it, certainly not to China. All right. China,
like I said, they have to say these things.
Yes, they certainly do. China, please sit down. You're acting out. Your digital currency is no threat.
You're acting out.
No threat to our system, says Powell. There you go. Indeed. Some interesting comments, of course, like I said, circulating today on account of Jerome Powell's testimony yesterday in front of the committee. Interesting things to think over. Let's have a look here. Here's a third piece. I guess he must have had a lot of testimony to go over in yesterday's hearing, because here's a third article highlighting another aspect of his thoughts. Let's have a look here. All right, so regarding, again, development of a central bank digital currency within the U.S., he stated, "I'm legitimately undecided about whether the benefits outweigh the costs of a CBDC," said Powell. Let's see here. Meanwhile, a senator from Pennsylvania seemed to support private stablecoins over a Fed-issued digital dollar. This representative, the ranking member of the committee, asked Powell about a change in your tone about the virtues of central bank digital currency being issued by the Fed. He was, of course, referring to a similar hearing at the House Financial Services Committee, in which Powell noted that one of the stronger arguments in favor of CBDC is that it would end the need for private stablecoins. But this representative countered, asking, if you have stablecoins and cryptocurrencies in use, then maybe there's really no need for a CBDC. Powell intriguingly seemed to agree that existing stablecoins may be doing all the good that could be expected of a CBDC. Rather than the Fed issuing a digital dollar, the more direct solution would be to appropriately regulate stablecoins, said Powell. Well, that's kind of a novel idea. Federal Reserve under Powell, of course, began exploring CBDCs, yada, yada, yada. All right. Man, it seems like they're pretty wishy-washy on the CBDC, but in fact, I have a strong suspicion they are, in fact, working nice and hard on developing it. I think they're probably closer to its launch and development than we are even aware of. He's playing coy, is I guess what I'm saying. You know, yeah, maybe stablecoins can do what we're trying to do with the CBDC. I don't even know if the risks outweigh the benefits or the costs of the CBDC, says Jerome Powell, why they secretly get ready to unleash Godzilla, the financial Godzilla, on the world. Am I completely off base, guys? Tell me, what do you think? I mean, I can understand why there's apprehension in the legacy system for adopting CBDC. Maybe all the corruption and all the money that gets squandered by some of the federal agencies and disappears into these black budget black holes. Maybe we'd have a better handle on, you know, who gets paid off where and when and how. If we did adopt a CBDC, maybe there'd be more transparency in the system, and maybe that is at the heart of what Powell refers to when he says he's not sure if the benefits. Sorry, say again.
Is that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was just speaking over you. Sorry, say again.
All right. Well, I don't know anymore. Something worthwhile to say, I swear. Let me.
CBDC corruption. What do you think? You think that fiat money hides their corruption?
Well, I would say I believe him when he says he doesn't really know what the benefits of a CBDC is going to be. They're just going to build it anyway because they don't know what they're going to do. They have no idea what it's going to look like. They have no idea what a CBDC should do. They don't know. They just, yeah, it's just completely beyond them. I really believe him when he says that he doesn't know what the benefits of it are going to be. He has no idea what it's even going to look like.
I say we bundle it together with whatever UBI they have in the pipeline, give the people the UBI, and have the CBDC system kind of administer all of that. You know, kind of track the money, kind of maybe mitigate against.
Give me some Biden bucks.
Yeah, some fraud. Mitigate against UBI fraud or welfare fraud. At the same time, maybe integrate some of these novel features in the UBI, such as, maybe an monthly expiry if you don't use your Biden bucks at the local Walmart in time, etc. Could be lots of fancy features. Yes, a lot of it's highly intrusive and all that, but I'd be damned if the technocrats wouldn't just lust after an option like that. Heck, maybe we'll have multiple payment rails. Maybe we'll have a CBDC for the common folk, the proletariat, and the rest of us can keep our wealth and transmit it over private protocols. Wouldn't that be something? All right, guys, enough of Powell and some of his comments. Get into another story or two, and we'll get into the next segment. All right, here's this one from Cointelegraph. The U.S. government delves deeper into crypto accountability with now a $10 million bounty. All right. U.S. Department of State has announced it's going to be taking a seemingly more active role in pursuit of keeping some crypto users accountable. According to a Thursday Bloomberg report, the Biden admin intends to ramp up its efforts to trace cryptocurrency payments, particularly when it comes to ransomware attacks. The government plans to address cybersecurity and crypto's role as payment in such attacks. The report comes as the State Department recently announced its rewards for the Justice Program, which would be offering bounties of up to $10 million in assistance in identifying actors responsible for cyber attacks on critical infrastructure in the United States. The government agency said it had set up a tip line through the Tor browser network developed by U.S. officials for anonymous internet communications and may offer crypto payments for relevant information on ransomware attacks. Last month, U.S. officials, as part of a government task force, seized more than $2 million in crypto used to pay for ransom following the attack on the Colonial Pipeline system. Yeah, we covered this in some detail. And Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco said at the time the seizure of the asset was the first major operation in a task force mission to investigate, disrupt, and prosecute cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, hinting it would continue looking into similar attacks. All right, so obviously traceability or a lack thereof is central to the appeal of users wanting their funds to be safe, as well as get away with some of these cyber attacks. Well, I guess to help trade blows with cyber criminals. U.S. government opening up, well, the State Department, I guess, Department of State, going to be offering up to a $10 million bounty. All right, so my dear Russian hackers, please do sell out your fellow cyber criminals, and I'm sure the U.S. government will have a $10 million bounty ready for you to claim on your next visit to the mainland. Not sure how many fish how many fish they're going to catch in their net with this $10 million bounty, but hey, it's out there. At the very least, you can potentially troll the government anonymously through this dark web, the Tor network-based reporting, this little anonymous reporting window. I wonder how much spam and bullshit tips they're going to get from dark web trolls on that portal. But best of luck. Maybe one of them will even earn the big kahuna $10 million prize. All right. Let's take a look at this story today. Apparently, several exchanges have been ordered. Is this a court order? I'm going to read in a second. To freeze a hacker's quote-unquote wallet. All right, very interesting. Let's see what's at the heart of this seizure attempt. Yeah, not your keys, not your coin. Certainly another example. But let's see what's up with this one. Is this like the $2 million seizure we just read in this article earlier? If you guys remember, the $2 million seized from the Colonial Pipeline hack. That was a curious matter, right? That one we don't know too many details about, but what we can kind of speculate on or try and ascertain is what happened. Well, probably some of that crypto from that hack, some of that ransom made its way onto an exchange where analysis was able to kind of follow it there and then issue the seizure. That's what we kind of assume happened. It's quite the blunder. Quite the blunder. Yes, lots of conspiracy circling around that. But in this case, let's have a look what this latest seizure is about. Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Binance US, BitMax, and other exchanges are facing a motion to freeze a wallet belonging to a crypto hacker. Mark Shin sued the Icon Foundation for improperly interfering with his ownership and possession of ICX tokens after he used a vulnerability in August 2020 to generate approximately 14 million ICX tokens. Okay, Shin argued he did not modify any source code or exceed the authorization provided by the Icon network to all its users, nor did he exploit or violate any applicable rules, so it does not all fall under the U.S. State Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The claim appears to have failed with Velik, an Icon-specific exchange, and Odex after facing a motion to freeze his account. It's unclear currently how it was established. Shin had accounts in these exchanges, but the width and breadth of it indicates American agencies are now going to exchanges to seize crypto assets. Last month, the DOJ, of course, announced they seized Bitcoin, as I had already covered. Let's see, this caused confusion and even rumors they had broken Bitcoin's encryption, but now it's becoming very clear that the agencies are tapping into exchanges. It's most likely they just ordered Gemini.
Bitcoin's encryption.
Yeah, in this case, most likely broke Gemini's, or they ordered Gemini to release the ransom funds. All right, so not a lot of detail here, but it's interesting. This one's a tough one, I guess. Mark Shin, this gentleman here, managed to somewhat exploit. I guess in this case they're using the term improperly interfering, or no, hold on. Let's see here. He used a vulnerability, right? So he exploited a vulnerability and he generated approximately 14 million ICX tokens. Along the way, I guess they were seized. Yep, improperly interfering, and so I guess they seized with his coins, and now I guess he's potentially got a court order.
He's arguing to get him back because he's saying that he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. He just kind of.
It's like, you guys fucked up. I just exploited it.
Yeah, now seize my coin. I demand a court order to have them seize. All right, the story's a little thin on the details. I'll have to revisit this again, but I guess this is where some of these. Icon, I guess, has a slightly more centralized community because they clearly seized his stuff, and here he is trying to get it back. Good luck. but some of the risks you also take when dealing with more centralized chains or DEXs and so forth. All right, and let's have a look at the time. All right, 1:35. I have to wind it down. I'm just going to shout out these last remaining headlines. Bitcoin's hash rate starts to rise. Yes, the hash rate has risen to 120 exahashes for the first time since it plunged last month. All right, about what we'd expect, guys. We've seen the huge shutdown in China. Big exodus of miners from China. This is, I guess, what looks like with the equipment coming back online in other jurisdictions. Hash rate starting to rise again. Good stuff. All right, one last item here. Binance not authorized to operate, says the Italian regulators. Italy's watchdog group has issued a warning to Binance about offering services in the country. The statement also warns citizens about using its services and that it's not authorized. This is just the latest in the long line of warnings Binance has been issued around the world. Yep, I can't help but take shots at Binance, and this is just another one. This time it's the Italians. The Italians kind of having a stern warning posted.
We need to reach out to these people and get those Buck Finance shirts out the door.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty soon the regulators will be wearing it at the committee hearings. Everybody's on the same page. All right, guys, there is your look at the news today. And let's go ahead and get into the next segment. And this is, of course, a bit of audience engagement this Thursday afternoon. Let me get right into it. All right, scrolling up. Let's drag this out a little bit here. And let's take a look at who's first in the live chat this afternoon. It's Dave Rice on YouTube. Hi all, let's get this. He writes, well, shout out to Dave. All those extra funds still haven't been returned. All right, not sure exactly what we're referring to, but yes, crypto has a habit of not making its way back to you in this space. Ron Legato, shout outs to you, my man. Right on Rice on DLive. It's a beautiful day to send those funds back. Are you referring to the DLive funds? Yes, that's the one solace we have in this space. You know, the cyber criminals, they don't give you back your crypto. The feds, they seize your Coinbase account. They don't give that back to you. But the very loyal,
the lemons back.
Yeah, the CC audience, it really is an outlier. It is an absolute, shocker in the space. Yes, we have loyal, committed audience who puts the lemons right back in the pot each and every time. Can't thank you guys enough. You make this possible. Yes, our coffers are slowly being drained of lemons, but you make that.
Make it worth it.
You're kind of pacing it. You're pacing the decline in our lemon war chest. Can't thank you guys enough. It kind of smooths things over with Ben, if and when he finally sees how many lemons I've given away over the last couple of weeks. All right. Let's see. Okay. Dave Rice writes, let's see if we can crash Bitcoin down to 21,000, then we can shoot this bear and be done with it. Yes, I kind of look forward to finally having this bearish move.
I think we got some hiccups in the middle of that.
Yeah, maybe. I've read enough Twitter speculation, enough Twitter TA as of late. A lot of people are looking to 25, 21K, and then immediate bounce back up. So we shall see if it plays out that way. All right, Daniel on YouTube joins us. Hi guys, shout out to Daniel. Franklin MC on DLive. Good morning to you. We have David Rice on DLive as well. It's a hella day past that, Jay. Okay. Any word, what's the buy? Well, we will certainly look at prospective buys in just a few minutes. Yeah. Crypto Caveman, what's up, everyone? Shoutouts to Crypto Caveman. Any word, our pirate chain finally stopped going down, he says. Okay, well, we will certainly take a look. Let's see here. Any word, Hex near all-time high. Darrow at 666. All right. Mike Maker says buy the dip. David Rice 21,000. Yes, maybe. Polly B. Hey people, shoutouts to Polly B. Nice to have you back. Franklin MC sounds like it's getting close to the time to buy. Indeed. Have your powder ready. Next dip might be the one to buy. CryptoBolt 21. I'm still dollar cost averaging every week, no matter what. Same, Mr. Bull. Same
You
deal.
won't regret it.
I average all the time. One day we will get to glory. Rob and Paul Donahue over on YouTube. Bitcoin wants to break yearly moving average, held as support in the last dump to 29K. All right. Crypto Bull 21 waiting for all that $11 dot. Yeah, good stuff. Congrats on your $11 dot acquisition if it gets there. David Rice, I see your request. Hang tight. Daniel pointing out that baby XRP is up 100% from yesterday. We might revisit that, but you know, I don't know.
Did they put out something called Baby XRP?
Oh yeah, you weren't here on the show yesterday. Yes,
No,
one of the tokens we covered late in the show yesterday was something called Baby XRP, some new Binance Smart Chain. I don't know, XRP clone. I'm not even sure if it qualifies as an XRP clone or it just has the title of Baby XRP. And
I have no idea what its relation to XRP.
yeah, I don't either. Just a meme coin. In fact, that's exactly what it is.
Probably just using the name.
Yep, just a meme coin. It's self-described as a Binance Smart Chain meme coin, and it's up 100% from yesterday, says Daniel. Well, maybe we'll look at it. Maybe I'm sour grapes, and we won't. Hang tight for the request line. Let's see here. Crypto Bull pointing out that the number of reachable Bitcoin network nodes has crossed the 13,000 mark for the first time. I remember when it was still at 10,000-ish. 13,000, not bad. And that's just the public ones we know of. Crypto Bull 21, FUD. All right. You'd know if you joined us, Jack. Okay.
Talking about the mentoring session.
Yes. Okay, I was in there, just I was kind of occupied at the same time. Crypto AF 2017 on Twitch. ETH thoughts are welcome. We will certainly give ETH a look. Who should I speak to about premium? Asks Franklin MC.
I dropped the link.
All right. Oh yeah, he dropped a link right below to our site, to our premium tab on the website. Do check that out. If you have any other questions, Franklin MC, feel free to use the customer support panel on the website or DM maybe myself or Alex. But I think everything you need is enclosed in that link Alex dropped in the chat. Alex1233 writes, good evening all. MT Coiner mentioning Hex. Maybe we'll certainly give the Hex a look. Hang tight. Chico joins us back on the YouTube live chat. He says Jerome Powell's right, stablecoins breaking peg is when I start buying Bitcoin. All right. Mike Maker, the USD is backed back ALGO, XLM, and ETH. All right. Not sure what you mean exactly by this. But yes, we will. I'll maybe consider adding those to the request line. The last big Bitcoin shot was still active. Just hit TP1 on that one. I guess you mean short. All right. The solvency of the stablecoin system needs to be tested, says Chico. It's going to be an ugly day in the space. Crypto Bull 21 EOS is near my TP1 too. Thank you, Midwest. All right. I don't know if you put on an EOS short, but if you did, apparently we're near TP1.
Well, it was one of the things I added yesterday. I didn't get any good signals, but EOS looked really good, but it was just WADA just wasn't there, so I couldn't take it. But it did look really good, so if people did take that, then good on them. But
EOS to the upside. Let me take a look here.
Nope.
Downside.
EOS short.
Okay. Yep. I can see that now. All right. Let's see here. Ron Legato. It'll be so great when your federal government has absolute and total control over the currency. Well, we are entering some dark days, guys, so maybe is where we're gonna end up. Mike Maker, USDC is a digital stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, runs on Ethereum. Okay, yes, USDC. Yes, USDC does run on Ethereum, Stellar, and Algo. That's what you meant, and indeed, it could be an alternative. In fact, it is already a growing alternative. It is gobbling up some of the stablecoin market share from Tether. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, any word. I feel you on this one, but I can't get into this topic on YouTube. Mike Maker, yes, I see that as well. Yes, USDC more legit to some degree than Tether. Jeff Snyder's ghost money thesis would suggest that in fact stablecoins couldn't possibly be fully solvent, not to mention market clearing effects just from rapid settlement alone. That's the peg breaking. Yes, indeed. The stable coins Stable coins might very well cause the next Black Swan event. We shall see. All right, enough FUD for one day. I'm going to shout out the last couple of users in the live chat. Man, there's so many comments. I love it, guys, but I do have to get into the next segment. So, very quickly now, Philly Car on YouTube. Shout outs to you. Mancunian Godzilla checking in. Well, Mr. Godzilla, welcome back to the show. Nice to see you, Philly. All right, I think I've shouted out Davey, 1987. Bitcoin's going to break down to 18K from here, he says. Let's see here.
When we get into this mood, like people just start throwing out numbers now. Like, oh, it's going to 8,000 now. Like, this is right when it starts to get in those muddy waters to where, like, I start sensing reversals.
Yep.
Like when everyone gives up.
All right, guys, toes in the sand as well. RK is with us. To the moon, writes RK. RK, great to have you back in the live chat. Chico says, Baby XRP is genius. We should just copy a project and put Nano or Baby in front of it and reap the benefits. Let's
I was
make
thinking
it
the same
happen.
thing.
Yes, that's genius. Hex looks great. Someone says, nice elf. And Gravy Grits and Greens is with us as well. Soon we'll throw off the Fed and implement our grits-based economy. Well, good luck with all of that. I don't think the feds will tolerate you much longer. Get ready to get Waco'd over your grits economy. All right, enough of that. We've got to get into the next segment perfectly on time. Let's do it. Alex, if you don't mind going live, I'll connect to you now, and we're going to get into the TA, guys. Right here, right now. Let's do it. And of course, get your requests in, guys. Not too many requests in yet. Feel free to put those requests in as I fire up the next sequence. All right, here we go. Alex just went live. I'm connecting to him now. Currently looking at the BTC CME chart. All right. As for me, I'm going to work in the background, collect your requests very diligently. Thank you again. All right. Alex, take it away from here.
Okay. Yeah, so this area is kind of our last bit of support before we
Free fall.
before we break down below 30K. Yeah, 31K isn't really our support. It's really 31K is our support here. It's not really 30K. So once this goes, we're likely to keep going. I see our next level support right around 27,000, which also coincides with the CME gap.
Yep.
As you can see, starts right around 26,000 right here. And so this is what I'm going to be eyeing. I don't really know if we're going to break down here or not. It would be kind of very like Bitcoin to threaten to go lower here, take a stab down into the liquidity of this wick one more time. We do see that this is a strong area of liquidity down here. Push, push, push all the way down here, push down, push down. So if we can, there is a chance we can catch some support here, but it's not a great chance right now. I think it makes more sense to be short the way Jason is on Bitcoin. Are you still in that 12-hour short, right?
Yeah, I just adjusted the take profits to the daily signal that I got.
Oh, okay.
So currently sitting with TP1 at 30,363. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that sounds likely at this point, whether we reverse or not. So.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Like with the pattern that it is, I think we'll get at least a stab down to there, and then we'll kind of figure out whether we hit lower lows or if we get that stab back to the upside. So I think it's a good position to be in.
Here on our here on the BitMEX chart, we see that we're just hanging around the median still. I think if we do break below the median, this is telling us we're likely to see a movement all the way down here.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see how we continue to interact with the support and resistance lines of our pitchfork here that we've been eyeing for the long term. done a pretty good job for us so far. See, boom, 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 fake out, find support here again, break below it. Suddenly this area is resistance for us. Resistance. It's doing the thing. It's doing what we want it to do, so. Story is about the same here on on Ethereum. Arguably, just a little worse. This is almost in short territory for us. We don't quite have enough momentum, as you can see. But our volatility is starting to rise. Momentum is negative. We crossed. We kind of have a fake out cross here on time transformation, which is kind of giving me a sense that there's a lower time frame top that we had right here in this spot. We were just already past it, and it's more down we have in our future.
Props for that pitchfork on Bitcoin. I haven't seen that in a little bit. It does seem to be obeying that quite well.
Yeah, if you remember, we made that all the way
a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah. This was made back in December of last year. I had tried making it in November, and then it was only once we made this consolidation pattern in December that I realized that this area was most likely the median of the trend. And we had risen to the median and held there, consolidated the median before moving upwards, and then the pitchfork has been working out since then.
Pretty sexy.
Yeah. So here we get like a fake out above, then resistance here, support here, resistance here. We got above, resistance, support, low, resistance, resistance here, support, resistance. So yeah, it's been working out. I'm happy with it. So Bitcoin dominance is continuing to look really rough here. So this is kind of interesting. If the market was really going to tank, then we would expect Bitcoin dominance to be rising because we're expecting alts to lose more money than Bitcoin, right?
Yeah. Everyone flood into Bitcoin.
Yeah. So why does Bitcoin dominance look so bad here if we're going to break down? It's kind of a curious anomaly. We're now also on the 3-day. See, this trend right here is starting to break. So depending, if you look at it as a daily trend, we've already broken it. That's this trend back here. The 3-day trend, if you can see, we're starting to break this one. So I do expect more downside on Bitcoin dominance. I'm just not sure how this is going to play out. It's curious. If the market tanks, Bitcoin dominance should rise. We should see more people puke up their alt positions than puke up their Bitcoin positions.
I'm on Bitcoin.
Interestingly, Uniswap coins are up today. I think this might be starting to play out. This descending wedge that we've broken out of. This is interesting. We do have a continuation long signal here. I was looking at some Uniswap tokens. Second here. Hex is one of them, of course. We were talking about this both on the show earlier in the week, and also someone mentioned it earlier today. As you guys know, we have this. Actually, this is almost a fractal. If we go out to the daily, this is going to look very similar. So we had this breakout of resistance earlier in the week, and we've just kind of continued to move up here since then, as new all-time highs beget new all-time highs. So far, I don't really see any sign of this this pulling back. We don't have any kind of exit signal. We're not showing any kind of weakness here on lower time frames. So this is one example of a Uniswap token breaking out here. I was looking at BOW, which has had a big day, maybe hitting its head here on resistance here, support. Not a great look, but this is almost doubled from the lows. So actually, it has doubled from the lows. So it wasn't a bad trade here. I would love for Uniswap coin suggestions, guys, because if Uniswap perp, the index perp contract here, is suggesting that Uniswap tokens could diverge from the rest of the market here. This is the only thing up today. Uniswap is up 4%, Dragon perp down, DeFi perp down, Priv perp. I think this is actually a full-on short. No, we don't have enough momentum yet, but it sure as hell looks bad. Exchange perp, broken uptrend right there. Certainly, it looks like we're at least going to retest the lows here. SHIB perp, breaking below our moving average, back below this downtrend. Bad juju, no good. Mid perp, breaking below support here. Look at that support line. We're breaking below it, and our moving average. Not a good look. At the very least, it seems like we're gonna retest the lows here and possibly break lower. Don't forget that we've got our weekly log resistance still pretty far below us.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised for us to see us retest this trend on everything. Mid perp, alt perp. Yeah. So pretty sure what Alex of the past was looking at here is this trend line and this bit of volume right here. We'll see a little bit of consolidation before the final movement upwards here. Very explosive movement upwards, really. You know, there's some hope here for Dragon Perp. We're so close to this trend that maybe we touch it and we can get a bounce before any of the other tokens. Because we look at Exchange Perp and Privacy Perp here. Those actually have really
Exchange Perp's got so far to go.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious how this is going to play out.
The crash of BNB is going to bring it all the way down.
Potentially, yeah. And don't forget, Huobi token too. I think Huobi token could be an interesting short. I was reading a news article earlier today that Huobi had lost something like 67% of its revenue over the past couple of months just because of all the Chinese regulatory stuff.
They're cracking down on them, huh?
Well, you know, Huobi is it is a Chinese exchange, so
follow the rules.
So I think that's kind of interesting. What does Huobi token look like? I'm sure it's down with the rest of the market, but how much more could we be looking at here for Huobi?
Yeah, it seems to have broken down a little bit more than Exchange Perp would suggest.
Yeah. Potentially getting another rejection here. I would be careful about trying to short this to zero or anything like that, but this looks like we've got one more big leg down. We see, like a lot of tokens, we see one big push. We see two big pushes, and as we know in the markets, these things tend to often come in threes. I think we just want to see one more big leg down across crypto here. Things look really rough. But
we need the die candle.
I want to point out that Uniswap tokens here are doing something really interesting. And they're the only thing that's up today, and they're up like substantially compared to everything else, right? It's not like it's an indecision doji today and everything else is red. Uniswap tokens here are showing some actual green. It's up 4 or 5%, which is not nothing, even here in crypto. Which is, I mean, sure, we love our 20% days, but I'll take 5%. Okay, so if we're having this rough of a day in crypto, the dollar has to be up today, right?
At least sideways. Yeah, we're just bouncing around in that box, huh?
Yeah. We've got some resistance above us. We got some support below us. It certainly looks pretty bullishly postured, doesn't it? You know, I'm willing to withhold judgment at this time. It could go either way, guys. It's like really in between. It's really inside of this resistance level right now. So if it broke up, I wouldn't be surprised. And if it broke down, I wouldn't be surprised. But we need it to break down here if crypto can recover like right away. Otherwise, if the dollar breaks up, I imagine that we're gonna get that big leg down just right away. That we're kind of looking at here. Maybe it'd be better to pull the band-aid off right now. You know, let's have just like another really big leg down right now. Let's have some painful consolidation for a month and a half. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, open the relief valve and just let it go.
Yeah, that would be some real capitulation. I think people would just be like sick of crypto if we get one more leg down right here.
Oh yeah, and that's right when everyone gives up, and then that's when we get some wackadoodle candle that pisses everyone off because they just liquidated their positions.
Yeah, we could see something like that. All right, so dollar up, markets have got to be down today, right? They've got to be, even though they've been so bullish. With the dollar this up. Oh, well, this is the NASDAQ. Ouch. Looks like we've finally broken this very firm uptrend. We're also producing this bearish divergence here, as you can see. Very interesting. This looks like good confluence here.
Signs pointed down.
Yeah. Breaking below our moving average. You know, at this time, I'm not necessarily reading this as a big market collapse here. Although, let's do an inverted chart here. We can look at this as a spring.
Yep.
But for right now, I really want to see us come up here and retest. I want to see us retest resistance here as support. We've got to come back down to this area. I've been saying so since this area right here. So, yeah, we might have missed out on some games, but overall, I think we'll see that with the break of this uptrend, we're going to have to come back now to retest here support. So.
And with that high angle of attack, you're likely to see a sell-off that basically happens very quickly, and testing the mean of that price range is going to bring you right back there. So I think that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah. I wonder, at this point, there's no chance we could end up back down here, right? Now we're looking for...
Never say never. I mean, yeah, we're looking at that first one, I think, as a guaranteed touch. But if we blow through that, then that's going to get super ugly.
Yeah, but after we blow through this area, really, this is our next area of support. That's right.
Right on the top of that range, yeah. What does it all mean, Basil?
Yeah.
Where'd that go?
Huh. Okay.
If we hit down there, I'll be happy I'm in bonds.
If the NASDAQ is down this month, surely the Dow must also be down. It is. Not significantly so, but it is enough to be giving us an exit signal. Oh my gosh, we really are rejecting from that little bit of volume that we were looking at up in this area. You guys remember? Let's go back. We've been eyeing this volume since this area right here. So we see this little bit of volume up here, hidden in the wick. Let's play this forward.
All that beautiful beam footage.
Watch our VPVR.
Yeah. Man, that's quite the gap up. Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
gonna get.
unfortunate. The VPVR doesn't change while we're doing the thing. Otherwise, you could see the volume fill in. I swear it did. Maybe I'm just not giving it enough time to recalculate. Guys, I'm gonna roll that beautiful beam footage again. 1 second.
They were on drugs. They had a talking dog.
Okay, I guess I can't quite get it to do it. Oh well. Nonetheless, we tapped this volume up here at the highs, and now we have begun to break down a little bit. As you can see, today we gapped down hard at the open. We gapped all the way down to here, and then we trade up today. We've started to trade back down. Let's go down to lower time frames. Yesterday, it really seemed like we could conquer this area, but now I don't feel so confident. We've really dumped a lot of volume here at resistance. Look at that. That's interesting, guys. This coming week could be very significant. We see all the markets taking a downturn here. Let's look at the SPY. Interesting. We gap down today and then trade down all day. And we have the courtesy to trade up, like on Dow. Now, I don't see a broken trend yet. So far, this appears maybe it's a little broken. But what's really drawing my attention is this bearish divergence that we have right here, with price having made a higher high and our oscillator making a lower high. This shows us hidden weakness in price, kind of coming through on our momentum oscillator. Well, this is not quite a momentum oscillator, but in the sense that we see the price distribution changing. Okay, so if the dollar's up and the markets are down, bonds must be up, right? That's how this game goes. Yep. Bonds must be up today. Let's take a look. Let's look at Jason's bags.
Yay! Just the ones in the
30-year bonds. Boom.
Yay!
Where are we finding support? Previous resistance right here. This is the area that we've been eyeing. This looks good to go for continuation. This does not look like this train is stopping right here. We're getting an awful lot of steam on 30-year T-bonds right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I almost want to are you watching 30-year T-bonds right now? Jesus.
Yeah. What a lame conversation.
You know, that's fun. I've been making some trader friends here on the island. I could totally message someone that. They'll be like, ooh, tell me more. That's nice, yeah. 5-year bonds.
But they're all doing well.
Yep. So basically, we have recovered from most of the downside from earlier this week. We have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just kind of erasing all of the down for this week. 2-year recovering a little bit, still at resistance, and don't forget 2-year is still the most vulnerable to Federal Reserve fuckery. So we're probably going to see T-bills have more downside, and 10-year doing pretty well. This looks like much more upside. We're aiming for 136. This is a good 2 to 3% move on 10-year bonds. Leverage up, guys. Pretty nice. Yeah, this looks good for continuation, which means I think we could probably expect the dollar to break out. We can expect the broader markets to break down, and crypto to really hurt some people.
Mm-hmm.
I might exit some alt positions that I've been kind of clinging to here. This is kind of rough here, right?
Yeah, I mean, she definitely looks like she's under some.
Earlier in the week, when the markets were kind of meandering upwards, then there was this narrative that we had all these things that were diverging from, like, oh, the dollar is going to rise, stocks are going to drop, bonds are going to go up, which is kind of what we've been talking about for the past, I guess really since February have I been kind of worrying about this stuff, right? Or maybe, it's hard. You know, we've been watching this stuff for many months now, but everything kind of seems to be pointing in that direction, coming into the end of this week.
Just takes a little while.
Platinum continuing to plow into the resistance of this area. I think I'm still expecting a pullback on this, but we haven't gotten it yet. Palladium, there's the pullback we've been looking for. This seems kind of a done deal. You guys could go ahead and open up your Palladium shorts, Palladium puts, whatever. This seems like a really firm rejection from daily resistance around 2800. We see right here. Looks pretty rough at this time. I'm looking for a pullback at least towards 2300 area. Yeah, the point of control right here. Boom. At least towards the point of control at 2315, 2318. If not, a movement all the way back to kind of retest the lows here of our trading range. So, it was the top, it was the bottom, it was the top, it was the bottom again, right? I think there's a lot of sense to this. Silver kind of up today, which is a little odd considering how strong the dollar is today. But this is arguably just kind of a last gasp upwards before more downside. I still think silver looks like a very big short in this spot. We see here on the weekly how we keep rejecting from the moving average that we have above us. It's not really good.
I still want to see a clear break of that trend, but
yes, absolutely. I'm not
jumping on the silver short.
We're still above the daily baseline. It's not a short yet, but man, oh man, it's cruising for a bruising.
Cruising for a bruising.
Yep. Here on gold, we continue hanging out near resistance, which is the point of control, right around 1850. Could go either way here. I wouldn't be surprised to see gold continue to wander up here towards the 1900s. Still got a lot of volume up there. Maybe just continue to paint the inside of this entire distribution area. Or arguably, we continue breaking up here. I think I'd like to see us retest the highs. I think that makes a lot more sense. Look at this volume up here. This is completely unretested. That's it for Brent crude, right? Our weekly sell signals long since confirmed. We got that last week.
Bearish divergence.
Yep. On lower time frames, you can see we got a daily baseline bounce short that just came in. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Look at that.
Wait to get gas. It's going to get cheaper.
Yeah. There's a chance we could pull up just a little bit more here, but I would just be shorting the shit out of this spot on Brent crude. Looking for a return towards $70 at least. Corn could go either way. Natural gas, looking a little topped out here on the daily. Very big bearish divergence here, as you can see. Equal highs here. Much lower high on our oscillator. And of course, crossing below our daily moving average. Overall, not a great look here. Soybeans, we were just talking about this yesterday, how this looked to be an area where we were depositing some volume before rejection. See, we wick up into here, push up one more time, we trade here, kind of hang in the space, and then drop. Sugar is just not listening to me when I say that sugar has found resistance here that seems to be wanting to bounce. Come on, Sugar, get with the program.
I don't
You're supposed to
know.
be following.
Your line seems to be resistance at this point.
We'll see. It's a pretty big bullish engulfing candle we got today. Well, I mean, it's not as if we have a sugar position open, but it's kind of curious here. Whoa, wheat, what a recovery.
LeBron must have got on the new box of Wheaties.
Well, at this point, this is pretty close to recovering our uptrend here. If we take it off log, what is it a linear trend maybe? This is a bit of a stretch. This is.
Yeah, I'd take it back up to there at least. It does
Yeah.
appear to be reclaimed.
I think this is just a fake out right here.
I think there's some baby bullish divergence there on that last chart you were looking at.
It's almost too close to say. You're right. It's very baby.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Type C.
Let's look at world markets. So the Dow Jones is down. The S&P is down. The NASDAQ is down. The dollar is up. Crypto's dropping. Clearly, world markets have got to be taking complete shit right now, right?
Dumpster fire.
Australia. That's not really a great look. We really do seem to be rejecting from this resistance level here. We push up here once. Very firm rejection a few weeks ago, last month. Yeah, exactly 1 month ago. This is a week of June 14th. We sidle back up to resistance, kind of push up in here, push, push, push. And then this week we've got, this looks like a pretty firm rejection, right?
Yeah, that's a rejection for sure.
Very nice baseline bounce continuation short right here on my system. I would definitely take the shit out of this. China kind of finding some support here. It's interesting. Diverging a little bit from the rest of the markets, I think. France, all right. Finally, we know what this line is. This is our line. We've got this descending broadening wedge. We didn't have a breakout over here. At this point, our target is probably somewhere somewhere down here.
I remember talking about that. I'm like, if it doesn't get that break, that's going to probably get pretty ugly for France.
Yeah, it'll get ugly really fast. That's sort of a on descending. Usually on chart patterns, we see decreasing volatility over time, and that's represented by this ascending wedge. We've got broad volatility here, and then over time, kind of smaller, 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 and then we get a move towards one side or the other. But some chart patterns have widening volatility. There's not a whole lot of them, but one of them are the descending and ascending broadening wedges, one of which you can see here. Hong Kong has an update today, but this really looks like kind of a retest of support turn resistance from below. So support, breakdown, come back up, struggle, let me back in. Oh, no, you can't come back in. Boom, get the hammer, boom.
No soup for you.
No soup for you, boom, down we go. The UK, we saw this one coming. I told you guys to take some puts out, short the shit out of this, and if you live in the UK, just flee the country.
Just flee the country.
Yeah.
Just get out of there.
Yeah, there's a very strong topping pattern here on the UK 100. We have not been able to get over this resistance level for months now. Boom, boom, fake out here, ugly. Boom, boom, boom. Firm rejection. We're going down here, guys. Interestingly, India showing some divergence here. At this point, this is a breakout to me.
Yep.
See, weren't able to break it, weren't able to break it, weren't able to break it. And then yesterday was maybe questionable, but today, this looks like a breakout. And the only thing preventing me from taking this is it would be that we're not even above my moving average here. But I think this is very interesting. India perhaps diverging from the rest of the world markets. We'll keep our eye on that. Japan, as expected, breaking down, just get out. You can see here on the weekly, ugh. That's bad. Our target for this descending triangle, which if you notice, is a pattern that has decreasing volatility over time. Yep. So our target for this pattern, measured move, puts us right around 26,400, which is kind of a nice volume, nice shelf of volume on our volume profile. So I think there's some nice confluence here. We also see this is some support here in the past. So I like this spot. I like this spot for our target on the JP 225 here. Netherlands weekly. This certainly looks like a complete fake out here on the weekly. Let's go down to the daily. I think you guys will remember earlier in the week, I was kind of shocked that we had recovered here above our line. And I felt suitably chastised for being just too bearish. But it really does appear that this whole thing was a fake out here. You can see us just completely run out of steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each day of the last week or so. And really big candle. Big candle. Medium
look at the volume
candle.
on them, though.
Yeah. Small candle.
Big old ribbon.
Reversal candle. Boom. You get the hammer. So this looks pretty bad here. And yeah, you see sellers really stepping in too. Singapore. We were looking at this yesterday. It's like, wow, it broke my downtrend. I feel suitably chastised here. Maybe I was just wrong about how bearish things were. back in the downtrend today. Not a great look. Already almost in short territory for us, back below our moving average. Taiwan here came up, touched inside of our high right here. Look at that. Hung out in this area a little bit, rejected. We didn't even make a new all-time high here, actually. Or wait, maybe we did. What? Damn it. High right here is 712.7. You can see it up top right here. 12.7. High right here, 710. Okay, no, it's not even a new all-time high, but we do appear to have rejected from this spot. This is UK 10-year bonds. Not doing great today. Russell 2000. Here's something we haven't looked at. This really looks like a kind of a firm break, doesn't it?
Yeah. What else could be said about that? I mean,
WADA's ready for it. WADA's like, sign me up. I could see some more sideways up here. Like, we come back up, maybe we try and retest this from below. It's like, But this feels like a true breakdown to me. And if we do come up and retest this, it's gonna be a fake out. Looks like a broccoli or a cauliflower. Alright guys, well, I know I spent more time on the world markets than I normally do. I spent like more than half our time, but this is kind of a big change that from where we've been the entire time, where, you know, every now and then things would look bearish, and I'd comment about how if we were really in a bullish market, this weakness would not be there, because in a parabolic move, things get more bullish and more momentum, and then there's more price change. So there's bigger price differentials in a parabolic movement. And when you stop seeing that, like the continued, you know, linear expansion, you know, +4, +5, +7, +10, you know, that continued expansion, when that stops happening, then it really means that the market is showing weakness, even if it's still marching upwards. But of course, it's kind of impossible to tell when exactly that weakness is going to hit. And also, what the intervening news event is going to be. Like, we have this weakness in the market that we see, guys. I don't know what it's going to be, but there will be some news events in the next week or so that will precipitate it. But you know, the real precipitation, the real thing doing it is the weakness that we see in the market that's already there on our charts. And then the news article is just going to be the thing to make people go like, you know, maybe I'll just go short today.
It always seems to be reactionary to the chart. You can always see it in the chart first, like, oh, news is coming.
Yeah.
Like,
so I won't presume to know what it is. Maybe it'll be some inflationary report. I don't know. Someone could, you know, bomb the Statue of Liberty. God, I hope that doesn't happen, because now everybody will be totally. Oh my God, Alex, dude.
Alex,
you know,
for sure.
Who knows? Just something that will inspire panic and fear, and then the panic and fear. The market, when bullish, can bear something like that, but when it's showing weakness, it can't.
On the Statue of Liberty.
All right. Well, let's not give them any ideas. In the meantime, we are going to get into the first.
To off YouTube permanently. Oh God.
If that happens, Alex, you're getting arrested for sure.
All right. Let's get into the first request, I should say. Yeah, let's get into the request line. I do have a generous amount of requests stacked up for today. Going to read a couple comments first. Let's see here. Crypto Bull asks Alex kindly, would you move your resistance line up higher on the Bitcoin chart, please? More near all-time highs would be lovely.
Let's take a look at it.
Well, I think he's being kind of tongue-in-cheek here. He kind of wants your resistance line to dance up, so the price maybe will as well. Let's have a look here. Let's see here. The charts make the news for sure, says Crypto Bull. Mike Maker, shoutouts to you. That's why you sell the news, he adds. And finally, ETH1 shows up in the live chat. Hello, everyone. Hello to ETH1. All right, let's do it. Get into the next request. Let's do that now. Let me just hide this on screen and bring this up here. Perfect. All right, first request coming in from David Rice on D Live. He wants to look at ZIL and SHIB.
All right. Shibby.
It was a nice run.
ZIL. Yep.
Yeah, at this time, there's just really no reason to be trying to rush into this. Let's see if we can redraw our trend line. What makes sense here for this line? Let's put on line mode. Let's it feels as if this should really be our trend line, right? This kind of makes the most sense. Maybe I shouldn't overthink it. Like, we did break the trend, but we're still going to test lower anyway. I think the volume down here is interesting. Like, are we just coming down here to test one more time? And we'll test the other side of this trend too. We'll test the support, and then yeah, we'll just, things will look darkest before the dawn, like they always do in the markets. And then we'll turn around here. I guess what I would say is, if we're going to turn around, we really need to do it by 60 cents. If we go below 60 cents, then it's probably time to just be out until... See, this is the volume I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. It's gonna be a free fall if it breaks there.
This is really our next resistance level or support level. Okay, ZIL and SHIB.
Shibby.
Yeah, man, there's really nothing to do here today either. No reason I can see that you would want to be in this right now. What's next?
All right, let's get into it. B-Flow, I see your comments. We cannot highlight these types of things on the show, but let's go ahead and hop into the next one. Crypto AF 2017 on Twitch writes, any thoughts on Ethereum are welcome. I presume you've given Ethereum a good shake in your main analysis?
Yeah.
All right, we've given Ethereum good luck. Hopefully, Crypto AF, you caught the Ethereum analysis. If not, do catch the replay and the timestamps.
At the beginning of the show, so.
Yep, right at the beginning. So you may want to come back, check in on the show after we wrap. We will, of course, have timestamps for your convenience in the description below for easy review of any previous requests. In the meantime, get into this next one. It's Hex. Yes, several people in the live chat all talking about... Oh, you already have looked at it. All right, we've already given Hex a look, but thank you, Empty Coiner, for the Hex chart.
Yeah, so if you guys will remember, Hex was one of the ones I looked at. Like, here's a Uniswap coin. This Uniswap coin is diverging. Bao is a Uniswap coin. Bao, it looks like it might pull back here, but it has been diverging. If you guys have some more Uniswap coins you want, bring them, guys, because right now the only perp contract that is up today, if you guys will go all the way back to, you know, my whole big spiel about the markets, only thing that's looking up today right now is Uniswap perp.
Indeed, I do have some Uniswap gems in the request line coming up, so stand by. We'll get to those very shortly. But thank you, Empty Coiner, for the Hex request. Have we been trading Hex chart? No, we haven't. Well, at least not me personally,
Some
or
of us have.
maybe some of us in the community have, and we've certainly given Hex a regular look on the show. We get this coming through the request line all the time. Empty Coiner, I recognize you, but do come back and check out tomorrow's show. Probably be covering Hex again. In the meantime, let's get into the next request. Splashy85 is in here. He writes, "Good evening, guys. Could you please check net for me? I'm thinking to sell now for later re-entry." What is net? Is this a stock? Cloudflare. Yeah, it's probably Cloudflare. Yep, he asked that before. Let's do it.
I think that's great timing, buddy. The very strong bearish divergence right here. That's already in the process of playing out. It's a couple days old. It started right here, but you can see that. So while price makes a higher high right here, we see it makes a lower high on our oscillator. WADA's starting to step in. We could move back up just a little bit towards the highs right here, although you could argue that we already did that, so we broke below and then we moved back up down here. But look here on the weekly, we're already getting a sell signal from time transformation, giving us crossover. I think letting the position go for now makes sense, and maybe looking to get back in near $90, $88, kind of a retest of resistance turn support in this spot. And we'll also be retesting our weekly moving average here from above. So I think there's sense to it. What's next?
All right, there was your look at Cloudflare. Cloudflare for Splashy85. Thank you very much for that request. Let's get into the next one for Splashy85. He also wants to look at TFUEL. He's asking if this is a good spot to enter.
I really feel like I've been asked that about TFUEL like 5 times in the past week. It's not. So maybe here around 25 cents you could look to enter, maybe, but most likely, considering that we've got the break of this uptrend shown here, breaking below the weekly moving average. I most likely you're going to be re-entering around like 5 cents or so on TFUEL. I really strongly recommend that you don't buy 25 cents, but yeah, sure, there's a chance we could bounce to 25 cents. So, do you, boo?
Do you, boo?
Yeah.
All right, well, I presume TFUEL's in the bag. Are you doing some drawing?
If 25 cents doesn't hold, I'm looking for 15 cents or most likely 5 cents.
All right, there are some buy zones to consider DCing into for your TFUEL entry request. Thank you, Splashy, for that one. Let's get into this one from Jordan Stotts. He asked, can we look at Ethereum Classic? Will it hit $37 or $38? Is that a good buy? All right. $37 is... oh, we are getting there.
Yeah, it seems pretty likely. It's kind of our next resistance support level right here. So it's $39, $38. I imagine we'll wick into that area. Why catch that knife? You know, why not wait for a continuation long of some kind? We could even go all the way down to the point of control down here at $33. This area is kind of interesting, but we've already bounced off it once. So if we're down here in this area again, I really feel that it's much more like we're going to go all the way down into this area right here, be retesting down here. So yeah, I do think we could make it all the way to 37 and then keep going. So do with that what you will. What's next?
All right, let's get into the next request. Before I do, just want to shout out Moonbeams Lambo Dreams on D-Life. He came through with a 1 diamond super chat.
Thanks, bro.
writing, we're doing baby hex and burning hearts bags next. Okay. He
Oh,
also
baby Hex is so smart. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, baby hex. I like that. I think we're onto something, guys. Lambo Dreams also came in with another diamond super chat. He says, also thank you to the premium group for all the short calls. Why, thank you very much for the diamonds. 2 diamonds from Lambo Dreams. Finally, I do have to also shout out Crypto Bull. He came through with a diamond of his own, writing, thank you all who can read this. Okay, yes, I generally miss the I don't, my chat window doesn't show the D Live super chats, but this one time I managed to catch them. So thank you guys for
Nice,
your
thank you.
generous diamonds and comments. All right, gonna get to the next request. We're about 5 minutes to go for the D Live chest opening. Stand by for that. In the meantime, we have Chico's request for the following. He wants to look at TVK, please. All right, TVK.
This is kind of strong looking, isn't it? I think this might have some legs. This is it's kind of a strong looking chart, and the volume coming in is also very interesting. Basically the same here. Okay.
Bring hot dog back. Some baby hot dog.
What's that?
Said let's bring hot dog back with some baby hot dog.
Taco.
Baby taco.
Why not? So
Baby
right
ham
now we're getting
and-
some resistance at this 725 sat level. You see we got resistance here, some support here from above. We're getting resistance again. I think I would just like to snag it on some kind of pullback. I'm not even sure where a good area to look would be. I kind of like this spot right here. Let's see here on the VPVR. Oh, it's a little low. Maybe let's just shoot for a retest down in this area. We'll break down from here. Maybe we really should be looking towards like 400 sats or so. But I think this might have legs to continue going. This is a very interesting trend here. The price action is strong, the volume is strong. We don't want to grab it near a high if we can help it. Let's try and grab it back. But it's an interesting chart. What's next?
All right, I see a lot of brainstorming going on concerning baby tokens, from baby yams to baby rugs. The next big crypto rug pull coming your way as soon as we settle the name. All right, next request is going to be for Chico. He wants to look at the ChartX. The ChartX chart. What is ChartX up to? Also, DLive users, we're about 1 minute, 15 seconds to go.
Basically still sideways. We moved up on the news that ChartX would be changing their subscription levels. You're gonna have to own a whole lot more chart. So that's this up movement right here. We'll see if the rest of the market, goes ahead and continues to buy into this news or keep trading sideways. I'm unclear as to how the market is actually going to react at this time. You could argue that we've broken the downtrend, but there are also ways that you can draw the trend that look unbroken. So the 3-day here. That doesn't look broken, right? And I don't think I'm cheating here on the 3 days. So, you know, maybe we've broken the downtrend, maybe we haven't. It's just, you know, where we need more volume, I think, out of ChartX before we get excited about it again. I still have my big old bag of
Same.
ChartX, but for right now, it's not doing anything.
That's for sure. All right. Well, there is a look at ChartX. Maybe we are coming off the lows. In the meantime, I'm going to open the chest now, guys. Or at least I'm going to give you 15 seconds warning. Clock has hit 2:45. Here we go. I'm going to give you guys just a few more seconds to prepare because I'm right about to hit distribute. You guys ready? Here it comes. Distribution has been clicked. Here's a little preview of my distribution window. You can see the countdown has just begun. Good luck to all our loyal audience. Here's another shot at the D-Live Lemon Grab Bag Glory. Thank you for all the lemons and ice creams coming in as we speak. Here we go.
Here's something that's really up the last couple of days. Chain Guardians token. Look at that.
Maybe there's hope indeed.
Oh my god, this is up how much off of the lows? Like I said, I think Uniswap coins are maybe a little oversold in this spot, guys, and there might be some really great choices out there at this time.
Word.
I think it's interesting that the rest of the market's down, but someone is jumping into Uniswap tokens, right?
Yep. Well, 90% discount ought to do it.
Yay.
Very briefly, I'm going to shout out the big winners today's giveaway. Any word, yes, any word. You're in first for a change. You came in with 105 lemons. Franklin MC, congrats. You made the top 3 as well. 60 lemons to Franklin. Mike Maker with 44 lemons. ETH1 with 35. And heck, yours truly with just under 30 lemons. Thanks again to everybody who participated today. A couple minutes left in the show, though, so we're going to knock out the next request. You ready for this one? All right.
Yeah, man.
LYXE, LYXE for Chico Verano.
This is probably worth taking up to the $16 range. Kind of like this spot right here. I'm not sure where a good entry is. We could totally ride this for a little while back towards the lows. You guys hear that?
I hear something.
Someone has a very loud speaker outside. Yeah, so I'm not sure where a good entry is. I would try and get buys close to $5 as I could. But I think we can take it back up towards this area. This is a very nice, interesting area of support and resistance. So support, boom, resistance, boom, 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 breakdown, and up here. What's next?
All right, shout outs to Chico for those requests. We've only got a few left now. Let's knock these out. B-Flow wants to look at CGG on ChartX.
Well, I did bring that up just a minute ago, purely by coincidence. It's really too late for us to enter here. We're just, let's see, if you were trying to find an entry, should be looking. Let's draw some trends. Think of this as like a parabolic downtrend, so. Try and score it back near 20 cents or so. Let's see if we can pull back all the way down towards this area right here. I would expect another retest of the lows, most likely. This is a very strong movement. Volume has really stepped in. But we could still come down. I wouldn't buy this area. It just doesn't make sense to. What's next?
All right, let's get right into the next request. That's CGG for BFlow's ChartX request. What do we have left on the request line for today? We have the following from Crypto Bull. Let's look at Fox Ethereum.
Chart's not out yet, buddy. Fox is the shapeshift token. Yeah, I have no idea where to find that at this time. We'll try CoinTrader, but I don't know if there's anywhere I can chart that yet.
It's on Uniswap, apparently. V2 and V3. You search Fox, ending in 52D.
No, it has to be the first letters.
First one's... Okay, cool. 770.
Big week, but I don't see what we can do with it.
Hope you safe shapeshift and got your airdrop.
Well, just kind of went from near the swing low to near the swing high.
I think it's pretty cool what they're doing, decentralizing the entire company and project.
So I hear that they had airdrop to everybody. I went and checked and I didn't get any airdrop, so they can fuck off.
Same.
Yeah, that's my feeling on it. I didn't get no airdrop.
I hear there's going to be more airdrops coming that might very well land on Uniswap and other DEX users as well. So maybe, if any luck, we'll get some action.
We had a lot of volume come in here, but then sellers also stepped in equally as hard. So I wouldn't do anything with Fox here. What's next?
All right, Crypto Bull, there is your look at Fox. Let's take a look at the following. Actually, Chico, hang tight. We already did a 3 for you, so let's try to knock out a couple for the other users. Let's move these 2 requests up, and then we'll round out to Chico if there's time. All right, we have the following. Let me just put this on screen. It's from Mike Maker, ALGO, and XLM. If you have time, please give these a look. All right, we did look at these yesterday, so very briefly, anything new with ALGO?
Nope, still looks like crap.
And how about XLM? Still looking like yesterday?
Well, yesterday it was maybe giving a continuation signal. And then it shot in our face, like we were afraid it would. So, yeah, there's just wait for, like, a real confirmation here. If we got a big movement off of this, I'd be willing to take it, but we just haven't yet. We're gonna hit every branch on the way down if you try and take all these signals. So.
All right,
Still do anything yet, man.
Cool. Well, let's get into excuse me, one of the last requests of today. Boris Bitcoin writes, can we look at KAVA USD? He asked, is this available for potential short? Are there any other short setups you have on your radar today in general? All right, first let's answer this KAVA short potential.
It's not a short. We don't have any. We don't have enough momentum. And no, I actually didn't see any shorts that we can take yet. It's just kind of too soon. We're just kind of creeping below our moving averages. The momentum oscillators are just starting to turn red. We haven't had any really sharp movements downward to really give them the push that they need to give us our signals. And everything we looked at today, I didn't see any short signals. Did you? And I don't mean that sarcastically. I just mean like I just didn't see any. Nor have I seen any when looking through the other charts. We'll take a. I'll see today on my daily scan, but I haven't seen anything really obvious.
Me neither.
The obvious one that I saw was MATIC the other day, which we're in. I put us in the MATIC short. We took that one. Right over here. About to take profit one. Probably tomorrow, I would think. Yeah.
All right.
Nothing really obvious.
Yeah, there's not a lot to add to that. As droopy as the markets look, seemingly no solid short signals quite yet, including KAVA, but thank you for that request, Force Bitcoin. All right, what do we have left here? So one from Chico, in fact, 2 more requests from Chico. All right, well, we will wind the show down here with Chico's request. I'm just going to check the live chat real quick. I think that's everything, guys. If I did miss any of your requests, tag me now in the live chat. Otherwise, here we go. Any word right, stellar squiggly line looks right on the money. Yes, Alex, your XLM squiggly forecast appears to be on the money. Take a look at that. Right?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Dude, you drew that pretty spot on.
Well, sort of. Don't forget, I didn't see this top coming, but I guess everything else is more or less good.
Yeah, the tumble was well forecasted. Thank you, Any Word, for that comment. Let's get into this final request or 2 from Chico. He wants to look at ERN. These are all going to be Uniswap setups.
Okay.
Let's look at ERN.
Earn it.
Good. I like this one. You can see a very clear break of trend right here. A little bit of resistance here. I like it. I would just try and score it on a pullback if we can. Maybe. I don't know. You know, sellers really ran out of volume down here, didn't they? Who's going to step in to push us down to this area, really? Where's all our sellers? Look at how much they got to sell over here. Look at how much they're selling down here. Plink, 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 plink. That's it. It's like throw little pennies, plate of glass. That's what they got. Yeah, very interesting. I like it. What's the other one?
Ghost, GHST.
Let's see if we can get a better chart somewhere. This is not yet that interesting to me. I just don't see it. Yeah. It could just keep creating sideways for several more months. What's next?
All right, there was a look at Ghost. Finally, the final request of the day with just a couple minutes left in the show. It's one more from Chico. He writes, "Holy do mantra DAO, ticker OM. It's popping hard right now." All right,
Whoa.
OM, mantra DAO.
Oh my Lanta.
Looking a bit like that, what was it, the TVK?
Another break of trend.
Yes, indeed. Something popping off in Uniswap land today.
I told you guys, Uniswap tokens are the ones that are looking really interesting right now. I like it. I like it a lot. Market cap is at 50 million here. Jeez, so high. Still. Yeah, I think this is a lot of room here. Look at the weekly. It's definitely going to be follow through. Take it at least to 25 cents, maybe even 30 cents, like this area. Very good, very good. What else we got?
That would make it the last request of the day, unless something breaking came across the request line at the last second. Let me just quickly check in with the live chat. Let's have a look here. Nope, that's it. Thank you everyone who kicked it with us this Thursday afternoon. The clock is about to strike 3 p.m. where I am, and we're going to wind the show down here. Chico says, thanks guys, great show. It's our pleasure. Big shout outs to Crypto Bull as well. He writes, thanks guys. Any word? ETH1 B-Flows Jamook in the chat. I see a lot of Jamooks flying. I don't think Jamook's with us today. But
we can make a coin called Baby Jamook.
Yeah, shout out. We could, but it's gonna be more of an inside joke. Yes, Jamook, wherever you are, my heart goes out to you. Come back to us, Jamook. SD Sci-Flyer 67. He thinks Ethereum Classic is overvalued at $43. He's anticipating Ethereum Classic at single digits. Yes, sub $10 Ethereum Classic according to Sci-Flyer. Thank you for that comment. And yeah, thank you everybody who kicked it with us this afternoon once again. All right, this is where we got to wind the show down. So let's do it, guys. Let's head toward the outro. Gonna change up the screen a little bit here. And all right, time to get a move on as always. This Breaking Bitcoin Market Update's brought to you by Cracking Cryptocurrency Premium. That's right, we do have a premium offering. Most of you probably already know about it. It's available at premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. You can get access, of course, to all our education materials, our Pathways to Profits course, where you too can learn how to become a systems trader, learn how to follow the trends, and reap the appropriate rewards. You can learn all that and more, including indicator suite, signals, the premium community, weekly mentorship sessions. Man, there's just so much on offer at premium.crackingcrypto.com. And finally, we have the timestamps. Yes, the timestamps. If you missed any part of the show, you want to review the video on demand replay, I post that, of course, to the new content channel on Discord. But thanks to the new YouTube functionality being restored, I also update the YouTube video, the one you're watching right now, likely with timestamps, usually within 30 to 60 minutes of the show winding down. So if you missed anything at all, find the timestamps enclosed in the description below relatively soon. All right, not much more to add to that, guys. Hope everybody else's Thursday is going swimmingly. We will be back for the Friday installment in the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. There ain't much more to add, so I'm going to leave the final words to our analysts.
Trade safely, guys. Find some interesting Uniswap coins, bring them in first thing in the week. That's your homework.
Yep, and for me, just the ship is going exactly the way we want it. Got chopped up here a little bit in the past couple weeks, but finally in the right positions, hitting TP. So nothing to really do right now, but sit in the positions that they're in, and hopefully we continue to trend the right direction of our positions. But we'll know if we got any more of those tonight when we post signals. So just make sure you're managing your risk accordingly.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out in the meantime.
Goodbye.